From Laughing Place, 2020 special offers a first look at Disneyland's reimagined great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Mr. Lincoln has received a new set, which is expected to debut in 2026 following the conclusion of the Disneyland 70th anniversary. Notice how they say set. We'll get into it just real fast.
Wait, Vash, you've seen it. You've been there now for the Walt thing. And I mentioned when I first saw the illustrations, I thought this is going to kill the sunset turns into the American flag effect that used to be there.
Yes.
And so is this also going to do that? It has to if it's on the other side of that wall.
Yes, it is going to kill that effect because that wall is still there. I
don't know how many other people, when I hear the word reimagine, I get chills and worry. Talk about stressful trips to a theme park. If I hear something reimagined, reimagination is in the eye of the beholding reimaginer, you know?
Yes, I don't like the word either, Lou. I am very much with you on that. This by Luke Manning, September 22nd, 2025. Luke Manning, that's where he ended up. Very good stuff. He's a good guy. A special edition of ABC's 2020 celebrating the 70th anniversary Disneyland has given a brief first glimpse at reimagined great moments of Mr. Lincoln. Oh, there's that word again, Lou. You can see right here, this was like a series of specials for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. And you can see this is the footage here. You can see that backdrop right there. On the other side of that is Walt Disney. That's
they bought him a bad new wig, too, it looks like, Mr. Lincoln.
Yes, I was just about to show you that, Lou. The only thing different here, besides maybe his clothing, I have to look more carefully.
Yeah, the clothing is a little grayer than it used to be, but it used to be darker. But
it's his hair that is driving me nuts right now because that is not the
hair. You know,
you can see a close up of the previous hair that they had on this figure right here. This is from D23 Expo when they actually had this head on display. You can see kind of the range of motion that it has.
It was. Oh my God!
Yeah,
he just went to Halloween Horror Nights in that previous picture. I tell you,
exactly. It's a tremendous head, but you can see right here. This is August of 2013, I believe.
Looking a head, they thought that was cute. Oh boy.
Yeah. Well,
reimagine your puns, Disney. Anyway,
but this is technology that's over 10 years old now, and they
finally got it to work.
Well, that's true. That's a very good point right there. So it's tried and true, unlike that new Walt figure right there. But I was looking at this, I was going, wow, you couldn't afford a new head for Lincoln, especially as he's going to be juxtaposed against Walt Disney. You would think that both figures should be the...
I don't have a problem with the head. I have a problem with the hair. It's like really bad.
So when they installed Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and I forget when the exact year was, and that they installed the newest version of Lincoln. That was one of Tony Baxter's last products. I thought it was like 2012, 2011, something like that. I can't remember to be sure. But when they debuted this new figure, I was told by people in the know that the body was from the 1970s, and it kind of looks like that. They didn't update the body either. They literally just stuck a new wig on him and called it a day. My thing is why are you being so cheap with a single audio animatronic figure, especially one that is side by side to Walt and what everybody's going to be comparing him to if they see these shows one after another? See this right here.
There is the if it ain't broke, don't fix it point of view. But on the other hand, I agree with you. But I don't see why they couldn't. If they're going to replace the hair, replace it the same as it was before. Oh, we could reimagine it. Yeah, well, reimagine this.
Apparently, they reimagined the fact that Lincoln, I guess, had a fro back in the day. And it's really quite interesting right there.
I mean,
interesting
we're talking
right there.
Modern day Disney. They don't do anything full. They don't put their hearts into it. They don't put money into it, into anything. Everything is just completely half done. With no thought.
Done. And I can't figure it out. Nolan, why is it that whenever Disney does something, they do the bare minimum now? It's not even like, back in the day, it was like, you know what, let's go ahead and give them all that we can give them. That's what Walt actually said. Those were some of his last words that he left with the people that were going to be in charge of his company beyond him. Nolan, why? Why is it that they can't just seem to spend just a little money on these parks that are bringing in so much money overall for the Walt Disney Company?
Well, I can't even pretend to say that, I've been there on the field firsthand, so to speak. Like, I know what's going on with these Imagineers, their bosses, Josh Tomorrow, all of them. But what I can say is, it's a lot of proof in the little things, budget cuts at certain places, not enough time for certain Imagineers, not enough experience for certain other Imagineers. We do meme a lot about, hey, Tron took 3 years to make, or it took too long to get this animatronic working right, or they never got it right in the form of the animatronics that say Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Magic Kingdom. The reality goes that there is a critical problem here of someone at a very powerful position not having the right say on where to allocate budget, experience, and a good work culture. And whatever this work culture currently is, it's producing subpar material from what the audience is used to. And when Disney World is literally in the top 10 most stressful places on the planet, that probably means people are spending a lot of money there. And when people spend a lot of money, they expect the same kind of attention of the entertainment that serves the rich. And they are getting something that's more along the lines of their competitors. And that is disappointing.
Well, I just hope he doesn't get up and start talking about being a bee and going from state to state to gather up the army to fight the Civil War. Because that would be a mistake. I remember seeing the first one at the World's Fair and all of them since. And
it's disappointing,
it's
right?
tragic. It's tragic. It really is.
You go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to go ahead and let's go to the point where we can see that flag effect.
Oh, good. That's what we want to see. But this is the old one.
This is the old. This is the version
right.
Predating.
This is the version where they did the same thing they do at American Adventure, with the sun coming up and the stars, which they took from a movie they made, by the way, in World War II. But it's terrible. But for God's sakes, if they don't want Americana, and we saw that in your story earlier today about the revisions for the scripts for the people playing Tiana and company,
right.
They sure as hell don't want the American flag 80 feet wide. So
I guess not. I hope something, because for Walt Disney, after he gives his speech, there is some projected effects above his kind of office right there. And I do hope that they utilize that space in a similar manner for Lincoln in order to reestablish this effect in some regard, because I think it is really profound. It's really great, and to hear the music and so forth, it's just awesome. It's
so
fantastic.
Are they still going to use the Golden Dream, or are they going to go back to Battle Hymn of the Republic like the original?
Well, the Battle Hymn of the Republic did actually play in this previous version. It's interesting because Tony Baxter, this was, like I said, this is one of his last projects. And one of the things he wanted to do was bring it back to the original show that Walt originally directed back in the 1964-65.
But they do show the brothers thing first, right? Or do they?
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So I think he wanted to bring it back to Walt's time and incorporate a lot of the stuff that he did, but also to the American Adventure stuff and so forth. I'm disheartened to see that they went with the same head and body that we've been living with for over 10 years now.
If you hadn't changed the hair, I'd live with that. But if you're going to change one thing and nothing else, it stands out like the proverbial sore thumb. It just does.
That's a fair point. That's a good point. I like that.
I mean, at least the one thing about the Walt thing is we had nothing to compare it with other than the real guy. But with this, we have a history. And
messed up on both sides of the turntable. Come on, Disney. Let's get it together right here. It's an impressive head, though. And I
blame Gibson's statue from the life mask, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah,
anyway.
It's super good.
That is really what he looked like, because it was taken from his real person way back when. I mean, that was a man who was caricatured in his own time and since viciously, So the image of him that went out to people in those days, especially when there was very little photography going on, Brady was just starting to do that. We probably know him better from this, as far as accurate, than most of the people of his own time did who never saw him in person.
That's a good point right there. Oh, wow. So profound. So profound right there. Yeah.
Once in a while I get it right, But
the skills of the sculptor and the talents of the artist. That's so good right there. Blaine Gibson.
I'm already hearing the music behind you saying that, you see.
Exactly. Check this out. This is a much better showcase of audio animatronics technology than Walt, in my opinion.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.